Nightfall. Errant firelight coming from the canyon way. You're deciding, do we go through it or around?
I
am fine with trying to go around.
So am I. I don't really want to put us in that situation again, and there's always more to be explored.
Additionally, it will allow me to add more to this here map.
I am curious, though, what's emitting those lights. But I wonder if we'll be able to see that from going around, and we could look from up above.
If we moved quickly, perhaps. I imagine that they're going to be trying to get out of the canyon as quickly as possible.
Yeah, what kind of a light is it? Can we tell?
It was a fire
is
light,
it
I
fire?
believe.
Oh,
The distance you're at, you assume it's flickering firelight, yeah.
Okay, sorry. All I remembered was lights, and so I didn't know if it... Seeing that we have had, like, electrical lights in this campaign.
Sure, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then, yeah. Going around is fine.
Sidebar, I'm a little freaked because I went and looked something up on Urban Dictionary, and in the conversation example it gave, one of the people is Dom.
Weird.
That never happens.
Like,
Anyways.
So you've been using questionable language you found online again.
Just had to make sure he wasn't being racist when he said poggers.
I'm not.
Oh, I know.
You guys just hate Twitch, that's all.
Shall we continue north or south? I think is the question, right? There's an around.
Well, we're heading slightly north as well as east, right? Because we headed southwest.
Good.
Get here.
What?
East is our current heading. Ish.
So shall we go?
It's not a perfect science.
Just figured if one is more towards the way we need to go, that would probably be the better one.
Based on how you were traveling, not really.
Okay.
Not enough to like really sway somebody. You're still 2 days, or maybe 3 from Ching Mayfield. So, based on your last journey, notwithstanding what you decide to do here. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Shall we skirt
Skirt.
to the south of this thing, and maybe continue on a more easterly direction, perhaps southeasterly if necessary?
Sure.
I just realized that I'm wrong about that too, because what I'm looking at isn't taking into account the Colossal Warforge structure that you went to.
Mm.
So you're like 2 days from that, and then a couple days from Mayfield from there. So it's been a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
Getting longer.
So you're sidestepping things, but
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Slide to the west.
I was just gonna do that. Everybody clap your hands.
All right, 1 second. All right, bedding down for the night, I assume.
Indeed.
Yep.
Sweet. Feel free to take care of any nighttime activities you wish, or rest time activities. Call it.
We're not going outside, Louis. You gotta shut your mouth. Shut your paws.
So rude.
You sound like my grandfather when I was little, and he was like, "When are you gonna teach this kid to talk? My God, when is he gonna learn to talk?" And I was like, 2. And then as soon as I could, he was like, "Does this kid ever shut up?" Good times.
I'd be a terrible grandfather. I'm sorry you had to deal with me.
I'm just saying, we just had a conversation about you teaching your dog to talk, and now you're telling him to shut up. Anyways. Nighttime activities?
I do still have a book to read.
That's true. I'm reading too. I need to do some repairs on Steel Defender, so that'll take up some time.
You can always say no. I'm just giving you the option to do stuff too. You don't have to come up with something if you don't want to do anything.
I think I'm going to spend my evening working on my newfound psychic powers.
Shooting empty bottles?
Just making it shoot the beams on the regular.
Alrighty.
I'd like to observe that and see if there's any kind of relation between that power and Fat Bottom Girl, seeing as these two things manifested kind of close together and they seem similar-ish in a certain different ways. Am I tripping? Am I the only one would get that from this scenario?
I'll just assume you've got a ghost.
Would that mean that your guns are also haunted? Are we assuming that machines are hauntable, and me as a machine person have been haunted, as well as my own machine personality? Is that what you're getting at, Sheriff?
No, I'm just saying that you have, like, a person. Look, there's a whole ass person inside you.
There's a person inside you too, Sheriff. Don't sell yourself short. I think dwarves are people. I believe that.
Yeah, but I don't have a dwarf inside of a dwarf. I'm simply a dwarf. You literally have a dwarf inside of you.
Oh, I think you have one of those too. It's my astral self. Were we to go to the astral plane, you'd have your own projection there. She is simply me, manifest.
Well, that there is an interesting experiment for the ghost in the machine.
For the sake of world building, I kind of want to say yes, unless that really bothers the people involved.
Not at all. Yeah,
What, you mean the similarities / connections?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
I
I
love
suppose
it. Yeah.
I suppose if we're gonna squeeze this rind for all the JoJo juice we can, we might as well make it a thing.
The ghost that only you can see.
Sure. So if we're assuming that
What's his name
that
didn't have a ghost, right?
right,
I can't
exactly,
think of his
whole
name now.
horse, the entire
Yeah.
horse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're assuming that I got fucking Star Platinum and you got, what was it? It was fuck. Why can't I think of Whole Horse's stand? I feel like such a jerk. Doesn't matter. We can move
Chariot?
on from here. Chariot? No, the Silver Chariot was Polnareff.
Emperor?
Emperor sounds right. Emperor sounds correct.
In Korean. No.
Anyway, we can definitely move on from here. None of this matters. Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely Emperor. By the way.
Cool. Nice.
For whatever, if that even matters.
Right.
What?
But yes, whether it is purely whether it is mirroring exactly like the JoJo thing or not, I think it's good to maybe link that sort of thing together on some level. It's very similar. Psionic power, astral power, it's all in the mind, right?
The soul, spirit, manifesting. It can all on a man. Wow, why can't I think of the words? On a metaphysical level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Punch, kick, it's all in the mind.
Pew pew.
The morning will find you well rested, I assume.
Indeed.
Not bleeding from the ears.
Yay!
Hurrah.
Yay to not bleeding from the ears.
It's always a good thing.
Good morning.
Well, let's do our normal morning routine and get all of you things fed, and then we can head on out of here.
Cool. It will take a little longer going around this way, around the canyon. It takes just like an extra day to get around it, but you will finally reach the portion where, if you recall, the area where you encountered those huge-ass moose creatures.
Was it Skelk? Did we decide on Skelk?
Not those.
Oh.
Way before. They were like giant giraffe-like moose creatures.
Right.
And when I say giant,
Oh, by the way, I
mean huge.
decided that the last creatures we fought were called Sandy Drakenines. Just throwing that out there. Just I named the episode after them. So Sandy Drakenines. So these were huge elk creatures.
Moose.
Moose
slash
creatures.
giraffe.
Shit.
Yeah, the
Oh shit, what do we call these things?
giraffe, wasn't it?
Say one more
Mhm.
time.
Hold on, we were
Here,
given an actual name for these, weren't we?
Yeah, because they are not native to this area, or maybe they are, but you do encounter them in the normal civilized world. I will type it out for you in the
Shout out to
chat.
Daniel Mullins. Let's call him the Long Moose.
I mean, colloquially, you can call them whatever you want. I'm going to give you the official name.
Sandy Drakenines.
Let me just make sure I have spelled this correctly and typed it correctly, and that looks correct. So it should have popped up down there.
Moosecraft.
Mosakaraf, yeah.
I like
That's
long
close.
moose.
That's perfectly fine.
Long
Oh.
Moose is hilarious.
That's what I'm gonna call it.
What's the plural on Long Moose? Is it still Long Moose? Long Moosin?
Ling Moose.
Longan Moosin?
But yes, you do encounter that area. And since I advanced you more than one day, if you are working away at something and wanted to have, you're keeping track of time, you can advance that time as well.
As we're traveling along, can I be getting feedback from you, Shra, for on how I do with Blossom and you know,
bet.
great. So we're traveling like what, 8 hours a day?
Oh, I assume you're traveling.
I don't know how much we're traveling.
A long rest is 8 hours, so that's how long you're camped at least. I guess that's up to you as a group to determine.
What can the horses do?
Horses can travel. I actually had this answer recently, and now I don't.
Well, 60 feet per. Well, that's
No.
my horse.
Like, there's like a whole thing about like how much a day you can, how many miles per day something can travel. It's quite a bit for a horse. I know that. Wow.
Well, I imagine we would go that much, whatever that is.
I opened right up to travel pace.
Ooh.
That's so strange. Yeah. So like if you're going fast, that's like 30 miles a day. I know this isn't exactly if you weren't keeping track of miles. 24 miles a day at normal, 18 miles at slow. But I guess I've been assuming that the working hours are the remainder from the long rest, so 16 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. And how many days are we traveling, or are we counting up for hours we're ticking off?
I just pushed it twice. I advanced it like an extra day instead of going,
Got it.
each day.
And everybody's keeping track of horse feed, right?
Totally.
We're down to like a month worth left, right?
Right, something like that.
Cool. I will take some perception checks as you're traveling if you want.
Oh yeah.
I'm on it.
Oops. That should not be an advantage.
Tower, you see a little black bead-like object way in the distance, right in the squiggly of the event horizon, if you will.
Can you describe that shape one more time?
Just a black dot.
A black dot out on the squiggly of the horizon. I point that shit out. I'm like, yo, black dot on the horizon. No, I don't say yo. I might say yo.
It would appear to be like on ground level.
It appears that something is approaching at ground level at quite a distance.
It does not seem to be moving.
It appears that we are approaching it, rather. No details yet. I will let us know as soon as I see anything more clear. But we are approaching something. Beware and be wary.
Will do. And I draw out my bow.
And I'll go ahead and pop my arm kunai.
As you get close enough to start making out this object, you can now see that it seems to be a head.
Like a very large head?
Probably about humanoid size. But that's all that is visible above the ground.
Was this the area where we ran into the undead before?
Oh, go ahead. I thought that was a question to me.
Yes, sorry. I was going to have another question, so go ahead and answer that one.
Was that a question to me? It sounded like it just a...
Oh, I don't know.
It was a question to you.
Yeah.
And I have traits that might help out with this, right? That might help that bullshit.
It's an ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ish.
Not
okay.
exactly, but this is the general area where shit went down.
Fair enough. My dog is grumbling like a child. It's very strange. So I just throw that memory out and say that is somewhere near around where we were. Kind of. A bit off, but the undead tend to roam.
The size of the head, how large is it?
About the size of a folk.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean, how close are you going to get to this before you the distance?
I feel like we can ride within 20 feet of this thing.
Yeah, if you're in 20 feet, then you can see that there's like it seems to be like a humanoid creature, probably human. Their back, they're facing away from you. They seem to be buried up to their neck out there.
But we've seen no movement at this point, right?
Okay.
Does anybody have any desire to fuck with this thing?
None at all.
Nope.
I could pass.
Can I get a history check on like if this is some kind of torture or punishment that's normal in these parts? Or I know not these parts. It's not really something that anybody is used to. Or a nature check to see if this is some kind of natural trap that predators tend to use even.
Sure.
I'll throw nature that way, I suppose.
If it's a natural trap, I mean,
or like I can do survival and add 7 to that check if you want. It's
sure.
Kind of sure. Yeah. So that'd be 23, I suppose. Or either which way.
It could be a trap. what's the term? Can't think of it. But even the sheriff would know this is something people do to people sometimes for one reason or another. Rob them, punish them.
Fair enough. Yeah, I see no reason for us to mess around with anything there.
No thank
Unless, Sheriff, you want to give them a proper rest. I hear that's something your people do. You religious types.
Religion's got all sorts. I'm really more justice for people kind of paladin. So,
Fair
hell.
enough.
What exactly was it over there?
Just
A person buried up to their neck.
It's a head flower.
They are not facing you currently.
So there ain't enough to send off.
Fair enough.
Am I describing this wrong?
No, you definitely are
No.
not. I think we're just being characters, is all.
Okay, yeah. But for Brian's sake, it's not just a head. It is a person buried up to their neck.
Yeah.
It is not a severed head in the middle of the Mojave. I feel like that's what's getting lost. It is a person that is buried to their neck. They are facing away from you. You have not seen movement.
Elloria is in the Mojave Desert.
And I am not
Panic.
telling you to stop or not stop. I just want to make sure you can understand the situation when you make that choice. Instead of like, what the hell?
But are we sure this is an undead, or it might be a person that may need helping?
Well,
right?
we've not seen movement at all. I'm not assuming it's undead. I'm just assuming it is a dead body. And as a religious type person, the sheriff might want to put such a body to rest. But if the sheriff is not that kind of religious type person, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, I hadn't realized that we hadn't seen the front of this person. We haven't seen their face. I would like to go around and see the front of this person's face. Still from a distance. I don't want to get up close. But, I can't decide someone's dead from the back of their head.
Right. I would like to go.
Well, if it's blown out by a shotgun, you can.
Well, is it?
No.
Okay.
God damn it.
So you're gonna like run around up
Give it a
little
wide
perimeter.
berth, but yeah, go around
Okay.
and check it out.
Like how much of a wide berth? That's what I want to know.
It sounds like 15 to 20 feet.
Sure. Okay. As you come around, you can see that this individual's eyes are closed. They seem as slumped as they can be in this predicament. There is heavy bruising along their face. They have like a 10 o'clock shadow, if that makes any sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
And their hair is scraggly and matted with mud and probably blood.
Hey, you alive?
There's
Was
no
that
response.
in character? Okay.
Yeah.
Just the head go,
I shoot a, what's it called? A fire thing, like 5 feet from its head. Or from it.
What a
No,
way to wake someone up if they aren't dead.
Coming around the front and being that close, you can tell that they do seem to be a human is what I'm trying to say.
Human.
How they identify, we'll never know. So you're just going to strike the ground in front with fire. You see one eye open up and the head try to move around, but the eyes are swollen shut from force trauma, it looks like.
Oh.
I've done
like,
as much as I will. I'm not getting in there. Shroff, that might be more your game than mine, or Sheriff. Or Tower, any of you, but not mine, so.
Hello there. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Why are you like this?
I got beat. They left me here. Hello?
Who did?
The people I was with. Hello?
People
I'd like
you
to
were
roll
with?
insight to see just how genuinely terrified he is right now.
Sorry, you want to roll insight?
Yup.
Pretty darn, I'd say, is the vibe you get.
All right, I'm gonna start.
Looks like he's been here a while.
I'm gonna bring the cart over towards him.
Okay.
Well,
No offense. I hope you don't mistake our intentions. We haven't come across the most pleasant of things out here lately.
Sorry, I'm just interpreting those words from this person's perspective who's buried in the middle of this place up to their neck.
Pardon our caution.
They're still kind of like trying to get a beat as best they can of what's going on around them, as they don't have too much wiggle room.
All right,
Speaking
I'm going
of-
to definitely find a digging implement that we may or may not still have.
Yeah, Tower
We have
was going to do the
shovels.
same. We have shovels. Tower was going to grab one of the shovels. We have another flint is looking for it. Going to start digging. And it could be stopped, but going to go ahead and start.
What people were you with? I'm asking as they're digging.
Joined the group. We saw the beam. We figured, well, let's get out there, see what it is. Well, we made it this far. I guess they decided on a double cross.
Is there a beam that we can see?
There was.
Okay.
You
It
beamed
went out
it.
though when we left or when we opened it.
Seemingly, you went in. When you came out, it was off.
Okay.
Much like has happened before.
When was this?
Then.
I don't know how long I've been here, but probably at least 6 days ago.
Oh.
6 days.
Is that right?
No, that can't be right. According to this book I've been reading here, folk like you can't go more than 3 days without water. If you've been buried here 6 days, we should leave you buried.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, please. I thought you meant when we left. I thought you meant when we left to go there.
No, yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
You're not right. I'm just gonna leave you then.
No, Tower's gonna continue digging.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of my liquid for him. It's like, you look damn parched.
He will drink it down as much as you're given. Thank you.
I'll get him through the digging process at least.
Anything else while you're digging him out?
Let's keep him tethered to the material plane. What's your name, son?
I knew you were gonna ask that. Name's Carlton. Your last name? Figured.
Name's
Carlton.
Flint.
What?
But the name's Flint.
Much obliged.
Carlton, and Tower's saying this while digging Carlton out, do know that if you raise a weapon against me or any of mine here, your life is forfeit.
I highly doubt that he was buried with weaponry.
He could acquire one of our weapons.
He's just looking at you, kind of dumbstruck, and looking around like,
Fair enough. I've said the words. It's your responsibility to understand them.
It's like, I understand your caution, and I think at this point we may in fact be beyond it.
We shall see.
As the dirt loosens around his body from you shoveling, you can see that he does not have a shirt at the very least. There's bare skin. The area around his neck and the back of his head and face are badly burned from sunburn, but the skin underneath the dirt is on the paler side. Digging a little bit longer, Tower, you'll eventually hit something hard. Feels almost metallic the way it clinks on the other side of your shovel in the dirt.
There seems to be something here. How much of him is out at this point?
About mid bicep. Them being down, you've uncovered like the top half of his torso and that area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
But the bottom of his
Tower-
arms and the rest of his body is still in the dirt.
Well, Tower will start focusing on unearthing this, like coming from the side outer of it, like away from this guy's body, to try to.
And it would be where you dinged would be like pretty close in front of him. I should say that.
Then
Did they bury you in or with something, son?
No, just me.
Because I'm feeling something here. Unless you are more like me than we know, and Tower looks down, well endowed. There is something here.
And as you're saying that, the shovel gives way and pulls up a bit of dirty chain.
Oh, Tower will pull at that chain some more, and
it kind of stops at part in the ground, and you hear Carlton. Yeah.
And he'll pull the other end of it and see how long it extends from Carlton.
It looks like a loop. It's looping into the ground.
It cut out your scream, Dom.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a loop in the ground, and as you pull it, since Discord won't let me do it, Carlton lets out a scream. Pain.
Interesting.
You sure you weren't tied up down there?
I'm bound.
All right, because when I ask, are you buried with anything, that's kind of along the lines of what I'm asking.
I took it to meant possessions, if that's anything.
What exactly are you tied to? Just a stake in the ground here, or some kind of rock?
I'm not tied to anything like that, no.
I think you just gotta uncover his arms a bit more for it to comfortably come out, yes?
I gotcha.
Like, at this point, if we were to try and pull him vertically, would it be possible, or does he need further digging out?
You could try it.
So, are you willing to give this a shot?
I am absolutely willing to give it a try.
All right, just holler, this is too much for you. And just loop around his, loop into the shoulders.
Yep. And I guess I will pop Fat Bottom Girl, because that's going to make the thing easier. I guess you're going to be there, right, to give me advantage on the check?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing it's going to be a straight strength check. Did I get an answer, or I messed it through Discord somehow?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll do. You can do athletics.
Athletics? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. That's the same thing for me right now. Someday. Here we go.
It's a little tough at first because a portion of his body is still pretty buried, and it's an awkward angle. But between the two of you and a little bit from like as much as he can help in this, you eventually wrench this individual free. You can now see that what the chain was are manacles that are still fastened around his arms. And it was just a way of them being wedged in the dirt, plus being pulled on in the way that they were, that they just couldn't, it was wrenching his arms at the time. But now pulled free, he's barefoot, he's of course dirty. The only thing he has to his manacles around his wrists and a pair of black and white striped pants that had become tattered and refused.
I pull out the cleansing stone from the shared spoils bag and lean down and tell him, as little as this will help, you should touch the stone.
Okay. He'll touch the stone, and while he still has the visible what am I fucking trying to say?
He still looks
He's been
tattered,
hurt.
but at least he's clean.
Yeah, he is clean now. But he still
Yeah.
has all the bruises and cuts and things of that nature that he would have had, but he's no longer caked in dirt, piss, and
sand
shit.
and oh
Yeah.
gosh, it'd just be so uncomfortable. So
Yeah. He
Yeah,
goes
that
from
was
smelling
great.
like a BART train to just looking like he got fucked up.
Who's
all.
Bart?
The pants are still tattered, but clean.
And when you say black and white pants,
I mean, like Hamburglar.
what roll do we want to confirm whether or not we've just dug up a convicted criminal?
I mean, if the sheriff has to roll to recognize
I
that
just want to be sure.
they're wearing all the signs of something, we got a problem. Whether they are a criminal or not, I cannot say. But they are certainly wearing the uniform of someone who would look like they're at least wearing a convicted criminal costume. How about that? Or at least part of one.
They look the part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sheriff, I believe this is your area of expertise.
All right, son, I'm going to need you to be honest with me. What'd you do to get out here into these particular circumstances?
Well, first, me and this group got ourselves a hold of some horses, and we started rolling out here, seeing if we could find a new fortune.
How
I
about you
figure-
start with the clothes that you're wearing? Where'd they come from?
Government program?
Take us for fools?
Of course not.
Governments do run prisons, yes.
From a technical point of view, I'd say he's accurate. And you acquired horses in what fashion?
He is going to disengage and sprint off in the way back towards Mayfield, technically.
Sheriff,
All
I
right.
can shoot him. I have my bow drawn. Should
you
we
ain't
let him
gonna
run or?
survive.
Oh no, I think Shaw and I can probably easily run him down and tie him without killing him.
Oh, I can
Good.
shoot him just in the leg.
And I like to imagine that when he got asked that question, there was just a pause moment of like looking at each other, and then he just bolted.
Sure. Tower's already has like Fat Bottom Girl out and the fucking kunai out. Gonna go ahead and try to run this guy down and punch it.
Horses.
And horses, yeah. Punch it and rope it and kunai it until it doesn't want to fight back, but it's still breathing. I think is the key here.
I can go and just rope him.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think that's first priority. First choice.
All right, I'll be
Well,
ready
this
with
sounds.
my bow.
Yep.
This
And I'll
sounds
follow
like
along on my horse too.
This sounds like a chase.
Sure.
in an
I
open
can't
field.
imagine it's going to beat us in speed, though. Like, there's a 55 speed person, there's a horse. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, we'd catch up right away because of horses, so.
I know.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Well,
Wendy,
there's
have you
something
started
going
cooking?
on with him. I guess we don't know his speed.
Yeah.
Should I start potatoes?
I already did.
Oh, you're the sweetest of hearts. How'd your heart
Cool.
get to be that sweet? Is it all the sugar? We should eat less sugar.
Probably.
So I think for a chase, we do have to roll initiative. If I'm looking at this right.
Indeed.
So let's do it.
Oops, that was my bad on that. We can turn that into a 12, though, I think. Yeah, we can. Let me fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Si se
I
puede.
should also pull out a thing for them so that they exist on this.
There we go. Bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum bum bum.
Perfect. Did it add it?
Mhm.
That's groovy. Then I do this plus. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I guess I could, should I start some music? Is it battle music the same as chase music?
Sure.
I will try to find an hour-long shit. I'm sure I
Can't
can.
you just play the normal one and then have it loop it?
Yeah, I probably could. But I'm not gonna.
I just say that because I don't know that the other one exists.
I got it. We good. I had to download it for fucking editing the show. Not show. Editing the recording of the game.
Okay, I got it. Sweet. So that is okay. So Flint, this character is booking it away from you guys. Has gained a modest distance. It's your move.
All right, hop on the silly and ride off in that general direction.
This is that same song.
Yeah, it's I think so. It's my last son, but it's just like the beginning of it. It should ramp up.
This is my last boy.
Is that not the same shit? Fuck. Let me figure it out. I'll work it out.
Okay, so you're on your horse and running them down.
Yeah, run them down, dash.
I mean, your horse will make it there easy, as we stated.
All right, and once I get within 60 feet of them...
You didn't have to get on your horse to get into 60 feet from him.
Oh, in that case.
He could only because I had him disengage, or because he disengaged to like not get immediately shredded. He could only move so far, you know. So he was only about 30 feet from where you guys were.
All right, in that case, I'm going to walk in his direction. I'm going to take the... See, there's not going to be sneak on this. I'm going to Psyblade one him.
Okay. I stupidly shut this book that I had open with stats for him. I don't know why I would do something like that. Gotcha. That will actually miss, believe it or not.
And then bonus action offhand blade, which was also going to miss.
Unfortunately. That was okay.
Yeah, that'll
Tra?
be a turn miss.
I'll get on my horse and get out to him and try and rope.
Okay. Yep, he will be roped.
I always forget, so let me make sure I can't move on. Oh yeah, I can try to restrain.
Or dex save. Okay. That is a failure. He is restrained.
That's all I can do right now.
Okay. Is it the next time that you try to pull him prone or something? Is he still
Mhm.
technically on his feet? Okay, so he's just stuck, roped, can't move anymore. He's tugging against the rope. He gets an option to try and free himself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he would have to burst this rope to get out of it or something like that.
Yeah, 18.
Trained. Okay.
And does that take its action to do?
More than likely. He won't be able to get free though.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter anyways. Tower?
It's gonna probably fairly easy go ahead and catch up on foot and hover right over this thing and ready its action so that if this creature does get loose of its binds, that tower will go ahead and try to grapple attack it immediately. And that will be it.
Okay. Okay, I got that now too. Sorry, just normal roll 20 bullshit here. Here we go. All right, Aranoa.
Are they within 30 feet of me?
Yes, they haven't been able to move. They got immediately roped at the end of their. They've only been able to move 30 feet, and then they got stopped.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stay where I am, on Blossom, and have my bow ready if he somehow starts to get away from tower.
Okay.
Right, like so, like
The
last in
backup
the chain, right?
plan.
Like I'm like the last resort with an arrow to the knee, ready to go.
Does everyone see this thing that just is a blank nothing and it says 0
Mm-hmm.
on the turn order? I don't know what
Yep.
that is. I'm just gonna delete it because it probably shouldn't exist.
That is weird.
Flint, to you.
Excellent.
So here's okay.
Making these shots for some duel just in case. Side blade at him,
That will hit.
and then offhanded side blade at him.
Both will hit. Let me make sure I see what that is.
Oh, and
Okay.
is he restrained currently? Let's see. I haven't.
Yes, he is actually.
I don't think I actually have any of the circumstances that would grant sneak. So.
But
yeah,
you technically, maybe those should have been at advantage.
Oh, tower is right up, like
if
tower is like in its grill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
In that case, here's some sneak damage on top of that.
Oh, you have advantage on attack rolls also.
All right.
So if you want to go for just to see if you crit or not, go for it.
All right. I'll throw 2 d20s just to see if either of those crit.
Okay. So that's an additional 8 on top of all of that, correct? Noted. He does not appear to be downed. Yeah. As these psychic shots, is that what's happening?
Basically,
Or just the blade? Okay.
Yeah, little psychic blades, which also do not leave marks afterwards.
Impact
Are those
his body.
blades like coming out of like your hand, or are they coming out of your gun? Are you channeling them somehow? Like what's the situation? That are also bullets?
And as a DM, I'll say personally, you can flavor that any which way.
When done at a range, they will appear to be larger than average, like psychic bullets coming out of my hands, as if I had fired them from a finger gun.
You know I love finger guns.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you do. And I know we're on over the internet, so you can't see, but I'm doing double finger guns at you.
You're finger banging, yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm doing it with melee, it's probably just a small side blade. I think this is me attempting to distance myself from, like, if I don't describe it as a rapier of any sort, then we're golden, and my rolls will continue to be okay.
Sure.
Sweet deal. But yes, he is still up.
GD.
Shra.
Alright, I'll try this.
So much text.
And I'm screwed up the order again. Should have done. Wait, no, that's not a bonus. Oh, no, it is a bonus action. Damn it!
So it needs to do another DC 15 strength or dex
Wait.
save.
That was restrained. Never mind. You begin your turn. Okay.
That is a failure. They fall backward. They are now prone.
You can swing a movement. B to drag the creature towards you. I guess I'll drag him towards me. Because the hog tie is an action, so I have to wait for next turn. Right? No, it's just movement. Right?
Well,
20 feet of movement. And your action. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, I can't do that yet.
you're just going to leave him prone where he
And
is?
pull it towards me.
Oh, you're going to drag him towards you. Well,
Because, let me see. Hold on. Let me figure out. Do I have enough movement? Getting off my horse, I think it's just 5 feet from me. Where is that? If you have advantage. 5. That would be 10. And I have 30. Never mind. It's just down.
Okay.
So I have enough movement to be able to do the hog tie in one turn. Next turn.
Okay, back to him. I assume he still gets another chance to get out of this currently. He's just prone. I don't see why he wouldn't. Failure again. Fucking hell. This guy. If you could see these rolls. Tower. He has been dropped to prone and writhing on the ground like a naked caterpillar.
More or less going to repeat my turn last time. be right up on the thing. Reddy does happen to escape. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. My wife was giving me the cutoff symbol. Signal, not symbol. Symbol is a different thing. Yes, that will end my turn.
Okay. So you're just readying an action in case he gets out.
Yeah, a grapple. Yep.
It will be Noah's turn. I did hear a oven go off.
We're working on things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am also still holding my action for
Fair
that
enough.
last contingency.
Flint Westhill, are you muted?
Bueller.
Or are you just taking a dump?
Probably a dump. Yeah, it seems very dump.
Yeah, I don't see him muted on Discord.
Yeah, we
probably expected a lot more turns to happen before
A-
it got back to him, which I completely understand.
a dump con 9.
I was thinking about like how wild of a superpower it would be if you could like essentially like snap your fingers and make people crap themselves, and like the power that would wield.
Call it brown alert.
Where like no, like someone tries to rob you and you're just like explosive diarrhea. Like they're over.
Right.
Like what? They're not gonna rob you now. They have a whole new whirlwind of problems.
Or am I?
Yeah, we assumed that you were dumped. Is that accurate? We talked about it a lot.
Sorry, I was just refilling water for a second.
Uh-huh. Right. Cool. It's Flint's turn.
Yeah, because
Not according to lore, you weren't. You said brown shoes diary? I don't know. Nothing?
All right, taking shots.
That will miss. That will get through.
And
Actually, he's prone and everything's and in under heavy threat at this point. So there's other stuff I think that happens too, right?
All right, throw in extra d20s.
But tower is still there, so I think you get your sneak again.
Oh wait, if he was prone and within walking distance, I would have walked up from the melee version of this.
That's fine.
Either way, I think you're good.
And let's see, at least one of these made contact. There we go.
Cries out in pain again as the psychic weaponry splashes against his skin, leaving no marks, at least physically. He is not unconscious. He is not dead. He is still resistant against these ropes. Tra?
You are damn resilient for someone who has been out here for this long.
I will hog time.
Sweet. Something that just happens, I guess?
Yeah, it just takes movement, then they become paralyzed, but they can make a new saving throw once an hour against the rope save DC.
Once an hour. Sweet. He is now hogtied. This is no longer a combat as far as I'm concerned.
Woo, I fully completed the process!
You can stop that.
Woo! Way to go, Shra!
If you wish. I know I can't because I didn't start it. Stupid Discord.
Fair enough, I have to go ahead and get over to my computer, and I will.
It's not that big of a deal. We can deal with that music if you can't.
No, it's...
You don't have to rush over there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sweet, but he is hogtied.
And conscious. I believe we still have questions for this gentleman.
So you were out there for a reason, it seems.
Did you gag him? I always
No.
picture a gag on a hogtied individual.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
separate to me.
It's just my brain. It is separate. I acknowledge that. I'm just saying, like, theater of the mind. Anyways, he's just gonna spit some blood in the dirt.
What'd you do?
Survived.
Well, Sheriff, what do you want to do with them?
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna nod to any of it.
Assuming it'd probably be best if Osiris sorts them out. And I think I'm just gonna take care of the problem.
Sheriff. Now,
All this work and you're just gonna do that? Sorry.
not that I'm... However, there was once upon a time where there was a creature that killed our friend Aranoa, and I asked you to allow me to put an end to that person, bring true justice. And you think that true justice is now killing a tied-up man out in waste. This does not compute.
Are you gonna stop him from being able to kill this person?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I do that before.
Okay, I'm just asking.
All right then. We bring him back to society. We send him up with somebody who qualifies better as a judge than myself.
Just don't feel right.
I'm guessing there's a bounty out for this one. We could get some money.
Yeah, it's worth checking into. Is the nearest town Mayfield?
It would be.
Well, I guess we can... Oh, we got Ursula. How do you think she'd do with a tied up person in the back?
We shall see. I believe any further hour that this person breathes is one that is owed to us anyway.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's sort of your ragdoll for the next hour at least.
Well, I think we're gonna put him in the, what the heck? What's it called?
Jail cart?
Yeah, right?
Yep. I'll be riding on top during these times, I suppose. But Ursula will be in there.
Sweet. He will take up in a corner, defeated, but not out.
And Tower will be keeping a strong eye on whatever's happening in there in case of an escape or like a feigned non-escape, you know what I mean? One of those things where it looks like he hasn't escaped, but he really has escaped. And we don't know that until the last moment. Don't want any of that shit happening.
Okay.
Yeah, be sure he doesn't put any posters up on the bars.
Right. Don't give him any rock tools. None of that shit.
If you need to figure out it's a problem, I'll let you know. Sweet.
And we ride.
And considering where this happened, I believe you'll see that colossal structure in the distance.
The ancient...
Yes. I think that the oil that you're using, I think Discord is like shutting down audio like my screams.
Fair, sorry.
It's
No,
like
it's okay.
every 10th word is cut off or something.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying, I just want you to know so you're not confused by it. Like maybe we don't hear you or something. Yeah, and it seems like most of this day's excitement was your new passenger. But you would be able to reach that structure around nightfall, I would say.
Is the army or the soldiers still there?
You don't necessarily see them outside of it, but their vehicle is still there.
This seems as good a place as any to check to see if this criminal can be turned in, right? We trusted that captain fellow.
Yeah, we could see if they know.
Right? I mean, there's no, as far as I remember, as a player.
But if they're out here and they've been out here this whole time, they might have the same idea that we do. They haven't gotten any news.
Sure.
But considering this is the first place we've seen since we found him, it might be good to check, because what if he had been held
Oh, sure, we
here
can
by
check.
them for some reason? I don't know. I doubt
Sure,
that.
that
That's
makes
what
sense.
he was wearing, but
Yeah.
Shall we check in with them then? Yes, we shall.
I am just trying to find something for myself and failing miserably, it seems. Yeah, as you are riding up to that structure, out in the ether of this land, you hear the shrill scream of what sounds like a young woman.
Coming from where, you said?
Out in the ether of the night.
Hmm.
This is what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for.
Somebody keep an eye on this one. And he points to the prisoner. I'm going to see if I can see anything. And Tower gets up off the top of the cart and heads the direction towards that ethereal scream, wherever that may be coming from.
Well, give me a perception check. See if you can locate where it came from. Suppose I gotta do this.
Sorry.
Well, I suppose you'd know this, that it is a fairly warm night. There is moonlight, so it is pretty well lit out here at this time. Probably a good 350 feet. Let's see, you're traveling east, so this would most likely be to the north of where you guys currently are. You can see what is some sort of mass moving out in the dark. Based on its distance, it seems pretty big too.
Yes, there is something large out. I'll return, with the information I have. I'm not sure if we want to head that direction or not, but there's something big. Should I head out there a bit more, try to gather some more information?
Sure.
I will. And I will...
I'll come with you. You shouldn't go alone.
Sure, but stay a good 30 feet behind or so?
Sure, I'll be ready with my bow.
Absolutely. And I'll stealth on forward.
Sweet.
And approach and get within 30 feet of the thing with Arano at 30 feet behind.
I'm keeping an eye on our prisoner.
And here's my stealth, but I get advantage because of my shoes. That really helped out.
Whoop, I just shut everything. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. This, based on what you can see as you're creeping towards this entity that you have not identified at this time, you feel like it's not aware of your presence currently.
Okay, I will make a perception.
I said it was 350 feet from you, so
right.
You can tell me how close you want to get to this while you're doing these things, I suppose.
I believe, I'm getting within 30 feet of it.
Oh. When you get to the 40-foot mark, you see it movement stop. At this point, you can tell that it is bigger than a horse. It seems to be a mound covered in fur from what you can see, but there's also these horned insect-like protrusions coming up from places in the fur. It almost seems to have a mass akin to some sort of ape, but as you reach that vicinity of that 40-foot space, the natural noise of it, kind of grumbling along cease, and it grows quite quiet. Quite quiet? Man, get it together, DM.
Do I have any other details on look of thing that I'm at the distance?
Clarify that question for me.
I mean, now that I've drawn closer within 30 feet or so, have I made any other details out about it, essentially? Apart
Besides
from
what
size.
I just told you?
Yeah.
Yes, because you quickly understand that it is alerted to your presence at that point, getting that close. And I would really love to show you this picture, so I'm going to have to do it like I do before, where I take a snapshot of it and then send it to Discord, because PDFs don't like you to take pictures from PDFs. Unless you pay for the premium Adobe whatever bullshit that I will never pay for. You hear that, Adobe?
That's how we go ahead and edit these videos, so it's all good. They get the money anyway.
Okay, I'm sharing this now. This is what you see. It won't be there yet. I have to. There we go. And incoming. This game's channel is where it is.
I'm about to post it too.
And there he is. Okay.
That's a lot of beast.
Yikes.
It's pretty easy to picture share from Discord too, so now it's on the Roll20.
Yeah. It's easier for me to just take a picture on my phone and then send it to Discord, but it's not so easy to...
No, I'm saying once it's on the Discord, it's super easy to do this. That's and so I just went ahead and made that happen. Yep.
Cool. So that's what you see 40 feet from you. I guess the two... How close did Aranoa follow Tower down this path?
30 feet back from Tower.
Okay. I'd say that the two of you then would definitely start rolling initiative now.
Oh, no.
Has Tower seen anything apart from this?
It cut out for me, so I only heard apart from.
Are we assuming that this thing is making the high-pitched sound? Creatures made that scream sound somewhere nearby.
At this current moment, as it has not screamed at you presently, hard to say. Now I gotta do this thing. I'm gonna flip back between two web pages. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Where is my number? That plus that equals that. Yep. I don't have a good token for this, unfortunately, because plans change. But we'll work something out. Or really a sweet-ass place to fight, although I did just take a page away that we could have used.
How big is this thing?
Huge. Bigly huge.
Oh, great.
That's a huge encounter.
I should have just said bigly.
Big, large. The huge.
I think we're going to use this map again, just for sake of ease. Let me move you there now. I'll move everyone. Let me get rid of these. Sweet. And go ahead and the two of you can at least place your tokens, I'm sure, as I go and grab a thing.
How far away did they go from where we were?
Over 300 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where's the thing?
I'm looking for a thing, put a thing out, unfortunately.
Sounds like we're gonna have to ride our asses out there.
Do we know, like, I mean, I don't think there's any way for us to know that something's up right now, right?
I have ways.
Yeah.
Sugar pop. Sorry. Looking for something that's remotely good enough.
No, I don't.
Oh dear.
You guys are too far for me to let you guys know.
Okay, screw it. We're just gonna use this thing, I think. Let me get to it.
Let's see. How long does it take you to travel 300 feet? 10 rounds, right? Or you're faster?
Quick question, actually. Are
3 rounds?
Only 300 feet.
It was 350 from where you guys stopped.
There?
So I'm 320 out. What'd you say, Brian?
Are you guys still visible from where we are?
More or less. It's not like even flat ground here. But
all right, because if I can see either of them, I would like to proc my fancy new psychic powers.
Ooh.
I would say make a perception check.
Will do.
At disadvantage because they were stealthing.
All right. And with advantage from the shield, cancels
Should
out.
be just a normal roll. Yeah, you can see them. You just catch the moonlight off the metal of Tower's head.
All right. Let
Chrome
me
dome.
check what the words are here. Number of creatures equal to my proficiency dice, so I can put 3 other people into the party chat, which is perfect.
That's awesome.
And for a number of hours equal to the roll of the proficiency die, which is gonna be, well, you'll only need it for now. So for the next hour, let's see, they
That's
just had to be
still
within
really
a
awesome.
time. As long as we're within a mile of each other, this works. It is a no action talk time. We don't even need common languages. So for an hour, as long as we are, anywhere near each other, and I don't even have to spend one of my uses, since this is the first time I did it today, / ever. So basically, yeah, party chat. As I actively yell out to Tower, I was like, what the hell did you find out there? Only to realize that I feel like my voice is carried very far. And
Sheriff?
in your head, you would hear me like yelling practically right next to you.
In return, you hear the voice of Fat Bottom Girl. Sheriff, that's you in my head.
Oh, you sound different.
I feel like I sound a little bit more like myself.
Anyway. Why am I not yelling at you?
It's real fucked up. Big monster.
I just have
Big
2
monster
questions
indeed. Yeah.
for you. 1, Aranoa, should Steel Defender be fully healed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it not?
Because on my screen it's beat up pretty badly.
Oh, I will fix that. That's right. It doesn't
second
maintain
answer,
between maps.
Right. Secondly, how do you make something loop again? Do you tell it to just loop the command, or what's the command
Comma repeat
on the Discord?
or comma loop. I think either works.
Comma repeat. Let's try it. Okay. Yep, we're good. All right. That's all the questions I had. And then Shra, you're just waiting to figure out what's going on, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So Flint, is there anything you can do? Well, you did it, I guess. Proctor, you are first in the initiative, is what I'm telling you. And I think
Well, I
you
guess,
haven't.
do I roll initiative still, or what?
You're in party chat, right? Like, this is all
Yeah,
group
Shra
speak?
would know what's going on at this point, right?
Yeah, if you know what's going on, then yeah, roll initiative to get in there.
Gotta get my person out. Where'd you put yourself, Flint?
You guys are
playing myself at all. I am off the map.
Right, but we can still roll initiative?
And you guys would be coming from about this way.
Oh, I had initiative
Okay.
rolled from a different page. I'm surprised it's actually still here.
This is the right initiative, though, right?
Yeah, it's the initiative I had from the previous map. Again, very surprised it's here.
Okay,
I'll
and
leave a note on myself for how far away I am.
I saw that you rolled, Shaw, but I don't see you on this list. So
I think that's because their token has to be out. That's what I was doing. That's the problem with that. So I guess we'll just put it
Yeah, I've
somewhere.
just put myself to the far south of the map.
well, you guys are coming from up top.
Oh, from up
Okay.
top?
Yeah.
Okay, I got myself marked with 300.
I guess I'll just re-roll and then you can put in the other
Yeah,
number.
I'll fix it. Okay, now that all looks correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Flint, lo and behold, 300 feet back. What you doing?
I'm gonna go get me Master Lily and start riding in this general direction.
Sheriff, you think it's okay to leave the prisoner, or should we bring the whole cart?
I'm going to try to lose the. Don't necessarily make yourself.
If you do choose to ride your horse out to this creature, if I'm doing this correctly, it should take you about 3 rounds, so technically less, but by the 3rd round, you are on the map.
Dashing on a horse?
Yeah, they move 60 feet, right? So 120 feet per
Oh,
turn.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be about 3 rounds.
Like, you'd still be able to move somewhere. You'd be, like, in the combat on the 3rd round, but I'm saying the first 2, definitely, you're not on the board yet.
Idea, actually.
Yep.
Let me double check how this works. Yep. So I'm at. Let's see. It casts at that range, but I should be able to track it at a farther range afterwards. Okay, DM rolling. If I were to cast Hunter's Mark on our captive, the range is 90 feet. Once we get out of 90 feet, does the Hunter's Mark break its ability to improve my tracking? Does it have to remain within 90 feet for the spell to continue working?
Isn't that kind of the point, though? If they run away, that you can still find it.
Yes.
So it would work the other way too, right? If you're running away.
Well, again, I'm just going to say yes, and that just means that that's how it works. So if you get Hunter's Mark,
That
you know
is
what I
at
mean?
least an hour of being tracked.
Mm-hmm. You know, I already forgot what happened last time that I said that about, and that kind of sucks, because I feel like it was important.
Just a heads bet, I'm going to drop a Hunter's Mark on our quarry, or on our captive.
Okay.
I was like, stay put now. I swear to the gods, if you are not still here when I get back.
Oh, not this. What am I thinking? You're putting it on the guy. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, not this. I'm like, yeah, that makes, okay, perfect sense. Gotcha. He is marked.
I'm going to give him the shit eye, and then I'm going to start riding over here in this direction.
Okay. He's just kind of like fetaled in the corner.
Again, don't make yourself too known. I believe I'm the only person out here that this thing knows about. Try to lose it. No reason for us to fight if we can get away.
It is.
Is everything all right with you? You've got an accent.
Yes, everything is fine.
It is Tower's turn.
Yes,
Tower.
and Tower will look for some kind of rock or something. Run southerly. Use its action to take the hide action, and use its bonus action to step of the wind and go ahead and dash for 110 feet. But it's going to run this way looking for some kind of rock or something. Take the hide action at some point, so it's going to need to make a stealth check, which I think it has advantage because of its footwear. Gonna kick a rock past the big rock so that it looks like Tower continues down south, but will actually peel off and start heading north in a stealthy manner so that it's not noticed going back up north. You get what I'm trying to get at here?
Mostly.
Okay. So that's the plan. I don't know how far back it can get, how far south it can get first to throw it off, but it has 110 feet of movement this round. And the 26 in the stealth check for its hide to throw off this creature.
Okay. And so have you moved as much as you want to move?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know where the rock would be for a turnaround and how back it would necessarily need to move to make it, to sell it and find a good path back up. That's the questions I have, because if I can get back up around this area, I'd be happy there. And again, 110 feet worth of movement. I can make a perception check if you need that to see if I can find better places to hide. I just don't know.
Ugh. Come on. There you go. There's your rock.
Brilliant. So I was like here, I think, something like that. Where did I
Oops.
start?
I just got rid of that.
I was 30 feet away. Sure.
There we go.
So I started here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the stealth check, and hopefully, getting it to look the direction that I want it to. Make my way this way. 8 there, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I guess.
Okay. Shaw.
I'm gonna hold off, keep an eye on the prisoner, and just say, let me know if you want me to come and help. Right? We can all communicate in that, or no?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I would assume when I looked back to Shra to start talking, Shra got picked up too.
I believe I was skipped, maybe?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Goofy. Go ahead. Do your
All
thing.
I was going to do was back away slowly while keeping my bow drawn.
Okay.
And just, yeah. As long as it's not looking at me or seeing me, I'm just moving backwards, putting more distance.
Are you trying to? Okay, that's my answer. And did you make it? You didn't make it off the mat yet, did you?
No.
Okay. Got it. All right. So, and then Shra, are you headed this way, or what are you doing?
No, I'm waiting to be given a sign to leave. I'm keeping an eye on the prisoner.
Okay. Now let's find out if it fell for the bait. Plus, what did you roll for your stealth?
26.
So sneaky.
Pretty sneaky character, yep.
You watch as you turn back to see this creature kind of looking out this direction a ways, smells around the air, and then comes aimlessly barreling in the direction that you took off from.
Brilliant. I think that's brilliant. No, not brilliant.
Can get about there. You hear that same shrieking, that shriek sound that took place that brought you out here. I actually need Tower and Aranoa to make a Constitution saving throw.
Should not have advantage. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Good roll.
Everyone, even the people that you can hear it again, both Shra, Flint, all the horses, the prisoner, you all can hear it, but I don't need anything out of you. Where on earth is it showing me? Oh, well, that's perfect. This person, this is a custom creature, right? And it says, have them make the saving throw, or this happens. There's no DC for that saving throw.
What the fuck? How are you supposed to use that block? Very strange.
All the other information is there, but it just says must make a Constitution saving throw, doing this happens. Or, and I'm like, huh? And I don't even know how to calculate what it would be.
Saving throws around 6th level or something like 13 generally. 13, 14? Am I tripping about that?
I don't know, but this is like an ability, right? It's not
Right.
It's not coming off one of their. It's not like it's a wisdom based thing for that. So I don't even know how to make that work. But I'm just gonna go with this number in my head. Now let me see what you guys rolled. You're both fine. Actually, well, you both take 6 damage. Is what actually happens.
But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. It has not actually seemed to have seen us at this, just wandering blindly this direction.
It came barreling that way and stopped and let out a scream in that direction.
Mm-hmm. But not pointedly barreling this direction? That's what I was more curious about.
It rolled more than your stealth, I'll tell you that.
Okay, gotcha.
That will conclude its turn now. Flint?
Advance or retreat?
You've heard a woman scream in the distance.
It seems to know that we are here and is coming after us. We can try to retreat. It may be difficult.
Focus shit up then. Gotcha. I am 2 turns from reaching the combat.
Noted. Tower?
Well, if that is the plan, Tower will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 get to this position. Go ahead and use the rock and world effect. Fat bottom girl comes on out. I'm going to require a deck save out of the mofo in front.
Will succeed.
Okay, it will not take that damage, but it will be attacked by the arms of Fat Bottom Girl as soon as I pull them out. There they are. Boom. And here they go. Blammo. Extra attack. Kablammo.
Ooh.
Okay, blammo. Let's see. Oh, okay. That both will hit, obviously.
Boom, boom. Tower will be here, I suppose. That will end Tower's turn.
Okay, let me set up that, and then it was a total 14 worth of punches. This thing stinks too, if you can imagine. Like a dog fart.
Oh shit! That second one, we're gonna try to make that take us home tonight. Going to require a some kind of save. Why didn't it go through? Should have gone through. It's not a rock and world effect. It's a fucking take me home tonight. What the fuck? Why is it doing that one? Okay. I'm gonna give myself that back.
What is it doing?
Stunning strike. Stunning strike is what we're
ooh.
trying to do here. We need some kind of save. I'm looking for it. Constitution save. 15 is the number.
It rolled absolute balls, so it is actually stunned.
Stunned until the end of my next turn. Brilliant. That will end my turn.
Sweet.
You said the creature is huge, right?
Correct. Bigly huge. Like the hugest you've ever seen. I can't do it. You know, you get it. All right.
Large, huge.
Arano, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to still put a little bit more space between myself and this thing. That would put me off the map. But wherever I am, Steel Defender is going to stand directly in front of me. And then I'm going to shoot off my bow and arrow twice at this thing.
Steel Defender giving you advantage with that?
No, it's stunned, and stunned gives
correct.
advantage.
Correct. Those both hit. 2 arrows will sink into this creature. And holding your ground, I assume?
Yep.
Are you just making your way here, Shraw?
Yes, I am going to start now.
Okay, it is stunned, and for the time being, it will remain so. And that's all that happens, right? It just can't do shit until it's not stunned.
As far as I know, yeah.
Just double checking. And Flint, you're still making your way.
That I am.
And Tower, it is back to you.
Here comes the first attack with Fat Bottom Girl. Gonna extra attack with my magic martial arm. Gonna ask that one to try to take me home tonight. Let's see if it fails a Constitution save again. Don't know why it says Dex save. We gotta fix this.
Not that time, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Gonna follow that up with a bonus action. Fat Bottom Girl, martial art, arm, and
you punch with that stunning strike and feel all the energy just displaced like a Black Panther suit.
Fair enough. But 3, it's looking like solid punches probably get through, and that will end my turn.
Excellent. And we're back to Aranoa again.
Mm-hmm. I will continue to move back more until I'm about, sorry, I should have had this prepared and I didn't. Till I'm about 80 feet away.
Okay, just put that in like the green bubble or something so that we know that you're that far away from it, since our map is only
Got
so
it.
good.
Okay. But I'm gonna actually send Steel Defender back up to stand with Tower.
Okay.
With the direction to guard Tower. And I'm gonna shoot off 2 more arrows at this thing.
I always appreciate having you at my side.
That one arrow will find the dirt, but the second arrow will certainly strike.
Fantastic.
Adding to the silhouette of all the spiny-like protrusions on this creature. And you're continuing, Shaw?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how the DM fates. Yep. And another shriek goes off as universal constants remain. I will need just Tower to make that. And that is exactly the number I chose, so you take another 6 thunder damage.
I feel like this thing is shaking me to my very...
I always hate leaving monsters just standing there, but I can't imagine why it would move in this scenario. So sometimes you're just locked in combat. We shall move on to Flint.
All right, in there. I should grab the horse.
Wendy, are you planning to take this animal down?
Mm.
Who's Wendy?
Were you talking about IRL?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're talking about IRL.
Is this a fair spot to get to?
Yes.
All right.
Technically closer than when you started, so I don't see why.
All right. I'm going to start stabbing it then. Stab blade 1. Is that contact?
Yes. Sorry, I thought there was more. I want it. There we go.
Very mixed divine smite.
So, got it. Big radiant energy bursts, lighting this thing up in the darkness. It looks worse than you thought.
I thought it was pretty bad to begin with. All right, and since I got shield up currently, that is all for my turn.
Alrighty. Tawar.
Going to attack with girl. I'm going to try to make that one take me right. Going to look for a con save, not a dex save here. Lou, if you don't hush your mouth, you be on my plate next. Yeah, that stopped your tail, didn't it? Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Okay, it is going to fail that one.
Brilliant. That is going to allow me to follow up with an advantaged super special martial arts arm and a bonus action fat bottom girl, and that will end Tower's turn.
And okay, sweet. Aranoa.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my bow at it twice again. Oh, it's stunned though, so advantage.
Stun dog millionaire.
Woo-wee! And I'll have Steel Defender actually attack this time.
I was trying to think of something good to say that wasn't just a pure ripoff of Critical Role, but you get the picture. Dead. Tell me how.
An arrow in each of its eyes.
And quickly sidestepping those of you who are close by are able to get out of the way as this thing slumps to the ground. No longer living.
Perhaps we should stop investigating tonight. I feel like it just leads to us killing
Yeah,
things.
yeah. That's probably a good idea.
I was really hoping to help somebody this time, though. However,
All right, I'm here. What did I miss?
Tower
you got it.
gestures feebly to the monster on the ground. We killed another thing.
Ah.
Can I try to scrap this thing, get some stuff off of it?
Sure.
Especially looking at those giant ass talon things and all of its different spikes.
Yeah, roll that
Oh,
survival check.
Sorry, I was just making sure I didn't have advantage on, which I did, and oh well,
Sweet.
didn't check that.
I'm actually going to have to leave comms to go ahead and take thing out.
Well, I see that it's
Oh.
like after 9 as well. I know some of
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
it might
the
actually.
info.
Yeah.
It might actually be time. So, yeah, let's do that.
Mhm.
Take it out. That's fair.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Let's see real quick. With that roll and what I'm seeing on this creature and the way and the things that didn't happen, you are able to get 20 tail spikes off
Whoa.
of this thing.
F and heck. Are there any kind of type of property spikes?
How interesting that you would ask. They are probably a good, within, like, give or take a few centimeters to an inch, a foot long each.
You
They
said
are
a couple centimeters
needle.
to a
They are
foot?
no. I'm saying give or take a centimeter, a few centimeters. Not exactly a foot long, but practically.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
20 of them. They are barbed and nasty looking. And I think that's what we need to know for now.
And what are we calling this thing, gang?
I've heard of a creature called a scyther. This looks kind of like a scyther.
I'll say this: getting as close to it as you are now, it's not. It seems to share some sort of properties with a creature that you faced or at least saw already in the canyon as well. But where that creature was fully quadrupedal and like almost lion-like to a certain extent, this seems to be more bipedal. So.
What did we call the chimera creature? Did we just go with chimera, or did we come up?
Not that one. The other creature.
Yeah.
The creature it ate.
But yeah, I think we called both of those creatures just their standard names because we knew what they were.
This is some kind of walking scorpion deer?
I suppose, yeah. Those protrusions are insectoid, I would call it, rather than antler.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is, got time to figure it out, I suppose. As this adventure will come to a close for now, we stand in the dark outside of a huge structure we've already plundered and a prisoner in tow, which is always fun.